My name is Emma,
I am Megan.
and we are the Sassy Besties Podcast. Welcome back to episode number 4. We are super excited to have you guys here with us. Today, we are going to be doing some hot takes and maybe a few little other things depending on how long that takes. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
fun episode.
Do you want to start with your highs and low of the week?
Okay, I can talk there. So my high, if you haven't been around, if you've been living on a rock, or you don't know about us, then you wouldn't know, but I hit 1K subscribers on my YouTube channel.
Woo-woo!
I can't believe it. Oh, I sure am no, I am dreaming.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. You've been here. You were one of my first subscribers.
Was I? Does it show
Yeah.
it on the analytics side?
Well, sometimes you can. There's a section on YouTube where you can make the people you have subscribed to, or the channels you have subscribed to, public. So that way, if you subscribe to a channel, that YouTuber get notified, oh, blah blah blah, subscribe to your channel. But other than that, if you have it private, then you wouldn't know. The YouTuber wouldn't know. So I don't get notified from everyone that has ever subscribed to me. But yeah, it's crazy. That number is just, oh my goodness. I can't even comprehend it. But yeah, that's definitely my high of the week.
That's awesome. What's your low?
My low, so if you watch basketball, well, specifically the NBA, I am a fan of the Boston Celtics, and it's not just that they're down 1-3 in the series, so there's the playoffs happening, but it's also the fact that Jason Tatum, do you know any of the players on the Celtics?
I know who they are. I have no idea what they do.
Well, sadly, one of the stars on the Celtics, Jason Tatum, he got injured last game at the very end, and it is a very serious injury. He has already got surgery, and he, won't even be back, I don't think, even next season. If he comes back next season, it'll be, the very end, but he's pretty much, out for even next season, so it really sinks. It went from oh, we could win the championship again because we won it last year, to we're done. Most likely, we're done.
That stinks.
Yeah.
That's no good.
But, oh well. We won last year. Can't be that mad about So, what is your highs and lows of the week?
My high of the week was, I would say buying a bunch of houseplants.
That's right, you told me about that.
Yes. I have over 10 houseplants that I just bought probably in the last week.
Wow.
I think this is definitely my next hyperfixation, and I just hope that once the hyperfixation is over, that I won't kill the plants.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm really excited about it. They're really pretty, and I've only been getting the easy ones, the low maintenance ones. You don't need to water them a lot. They don't need a lot of sunlight. So
good, yeah. Hopefully, yeah. That sounds fun. I feel like I never been a big, or not even a big, I'm not a plant person. I feel like I would need fake ones because I don't want
yeah.
Yeah.
I started, well, I didn't start, but I had, there was this one, I don't even know if it was a fake plant, but I had this one plant and it was really pretty. And then the place that I work at has some plants, and they asked me to like repot them for just because it didn't like look good. So
Yeah.
I repotted it, and then that kind of started like, this is really fun. I like to repot and like be in the soil and getting dirty and stuff.
Oh
So
yeah, you
yeah,
love that.
I do. So yeah, that's my high. And
Nice.
then my low happened today.
Oh.
And Megan doesn't even know about this.
Oh. Oh no.
I am extremely frustrated with one of my coworkers.
Oh, but you know what used to be? Used to be. Oh wait, I already told you about that. But the book, The Coworker.
Yeah, I should read it.
Yeah. Just you saying your coworker made me think of that book.
What is your song of the week?
Okay, so I have been listening to this song. It just recently came out, and I've been listening to it literally on repeat. I have probably listened to it like 100 times. Maybe be one of my top songs at the end of the year. But it is from Avril Lavigne, and it is called Young and Dumb. Young and Dumb.
Young and Dumb? Is that... Wait, she just came out with that?
Yeah, featuring Simple Plain. Simple.
Oh.
Yeah. It's really like catchy, and I really like it.
I'm gonna add it to my Spotify right now.
Do you like her music?
I do.
Oh yeah, I would love to see her in concert.
I don't know enough of her songs to see her in concert.
Yeah, I like a lot of her old songs. She came out with an album a few years ago, and I really like that album. I think the album was called Love Song.
Okay, I've been debating on my song of the week, but I think my song of the week is Necklace by Gabriella Rose. It's kind of like she's a country singer. You might like her.
Yeah, I've got Necklace. That's interesting. I will have to.
Gabriella Rose.
Now it's time to sell you some of our hot cakes. Are you ready? Wait for it.
I'm so excited.
So I shared one of my hot cakes, or maybe I shared two of them last week with guest Emma, and it like blew her mind. So
I forget them, but yes.
do you want me to shock with one of them?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, I'll shock with one that people are gonna go like crazy. That you're gonna be like, she is crazy, and I don't blame you, but I can't even say it. I like when it gets darker earlier.
Now I remember. That's even crazy. Like, that's even crazier for you to say because you go to bed at like midnight. So you wake up at like 10 and then the sun sets at like 4, so you only get 6 hours of sun? That just doesn't make sense to me. Why? Can you explain yourself?
Yeah, I will. I will say I wake up earlier than 10. I've been waking up earlier, but you are right. There's been times where I was waking up at 10 most days. But let me explain why, so then you don't think I'm completely crazy. I don't even know, okay? I don't even know.
Do you just like the mood of being like nighttime and like using your lights on inside and stuff like that, maybe?
Yes. Actually, I guess that's why. Yes, similar to that. I just think you're more cozy, and then like everyone is like stuck inside because it's dark out. Like if it's light out, people are outside. Oh my god, I am so weird, but like I just think like more cozy and everything, and I don't know. That makes no sense.
Okay. I think that this one is gonna hurt you a little bit.
What? I don't know any of yours. I'm so nervous.
Samsung is better than Apple.
Oh! That is a good hot take, but yes, that hurts me because Apple is the only technology where I don't go crazy.
I used to have an iPhone, and then you just had to pay extra for everything. Anything and everything on Apple. Like, they would always change the charging ports, and then, what's the music thing called? Like, iTunes?
Well, now they have Apple Music, but I think, yeah, iTunes and then Apple Music.
Okay. Well, I don't know, it was really weird because, like, I was running out of space for my music on my phone, but it was like 164 gigabytes. But then I don't know, I genuinely feel like you have to pay for so many more things in an Apple product than like a Samsung product or like a Google Pixel or just like the Android side.
Yeah,
But
I didn't see that.
I don't
I
know.
know, one of my parent or my dad, mostly maybe my mom, but their complaint with Apple is you kind of have to stay in the Apple universe because like
Yeah.
they work only with Apple, so like you have to get like an iPad and you know a iMac and a Mac
Yes.
Pro, whatever. Mac,
Yeah.
whatever. I can't think of the name.
And they're all so expensive.
Yes, that is true. I have to go on a rant though. I have to go on a rant. You know what pisses me off? Okay, maybe I shouldn't say this, but
You should say that.
everyone that says, oh, everyone who talks about starting a YouTube channel, they're like, oh my goodness, like you don't need much. You can just film on your iPhone, and I'm just sitting there being like, do you realize an iPhone costs like hundreds of dollars, like thousands even, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can buy a camera for probably $300, even less.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when YouTubers are like, you can even film on an iPhone. Yes, that's great if you have one. I mean, I have one, but but if you don't, I don't want people to think, oh, because some phones aren't great with like their quality, why can't I think of words? Some
Video
phones,
quality.
yeah, some phones aren't great with their video quality, and I will admit, my iPhone, I only have an iPhone 12, so it's older, but I can tell the difference when I'm filming on my phone versus my camera, and the reason why I vlog on my iPhone is because it's just easier for me to hold. But I can tell that it is not the best quality, but that's just my consent on that if you don't have an iPhone, like, I think you can start a YouTube channel with your iPhone if you have one, but if you don't, like, I don't know. I just think sometimes the way they talk about it is not accurate.
Yeah, and I definitely understand that because, like, you don't have to have an iPhone to start a YouTube channel. You can just use it with, like, whatever phone you have. Because,
Yeah.
like, yes, the quality might not be as good, but you can still start a YouTube channel with that. Like, personally, for me, the quality of a video doesn't really affect, like, if it's just like a daily vlog.
Yeah.
Yeah, how I like it. But, like, if it's just like a daily vlog, it doesn't matter about the quality. But if you're, like, taking pictures of, like, landscapes and, like, animals and, like, really trying to show off, like, the detail about, like, the world or hiking, maybe you might want to upgrade to like an actual camera, but that's only, like you said, $300 instead of wanting to just have like upgrade your whole phone to an iPhone.
Yes. I think
I don't know.
like if you don't have an iPhone and you want to start a YouTube channel, but you don't like your quality on your phone for taking videos, I think the best option is to not say, oh, let me get an iPhone. I think the best option is to get a camera, and there's cheaper cameras that, maybe there's even ones that are like $100, I'm not sure, but like $300 is a lot cheaper than a new iPhone. So
yes. 100%. And like you said, depending on the camera, if you just get like a base model DSLR like you use, and you can change out the lens, you can get them for like $250, and even like brand new, you can get it with that, and it has like a good lens. Or you could go on Facebook Marketplace, get a used one, $100.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, anyway, sorry
Reduce.
For that.
It's okay. It is A-okay.
I will say that I do want to make a YouTube video where I talk about my YouTube advice and just my thoughts, because I feel like I have a lot to say. But that's just one thing. One thing I thought of.
I like it. All right, Megan. What's your next hot take?
Oh, this one is, I am not a fan of sauce, especially, like, mostly, well, actually, in general, like, red sauce. Like, I will never have it on pasta. That is disgusting. But even pizza, I would rather have, like, light sauce. Not, like, white. Light. Well, actually, white wouldn't be bad, but, like, light sauce. Like, a ton of sauce. Like, Papazinos, I would literally rather eat dark than Papazino pizza. Their sauce make me sick. But yeah, I hate sauce. Well, I'm sorry, sauce. I don't even know if that's a hot cake, but that's just, I feel like a lot of people love sauce, so.
Well, I know I would rather have no sauce on my pasta, but my boyfriend would rather have the whole can of sauce on his pasta.
Oh my, that's my nightmare.
But, I mean, I think it's okay because he can have all the sauce and I'll have none. And then we won't fight over the sauce, you know?
Yeah, I honestly like how you told me that last week. I was like, I thought I was the only one that didn't like sauce on their pasta. But I'm not.
Okay, are you ready for mine?
Yeah, I'm ready. Oh, I'm nervous.
Water has a taste.
Vodka? Like just plain water? Because
just
I have
plain water. No, plain water. Whether you get from the tap, you get different brands of bottled water, they all taste different.
You know what? I kind of agree with you. Some water.
Thank you!
You know why? Because, wait, I'm just thinking, when I was in Australia, when we stayed at Airbnb, there was water there, and it literally tasted like crap. Like, it was awful. So, yeah, well, I think...
Personally, I like well water the most. I think that's just because that's what I grew up on. But now I drink town water. And, like, I think I'm just, like, used to it now. But I don't know. I don't want to buy the plastic ones, like the plastic water bottles from, like, the gas station or anything. I don't really like those. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Just don't care for it.
I guess I don't drink that much water. Actually, that sounds bad. I don't drink much water. But I drink salsa a lot. So that's like flavor water. But yeah, that's interesting. I guess I think someone, like, I have heard people say that, but I don't really think about it.
Yes.
Mine is gonna go downhill. Okay. I feel like I started with, like, awesome hot cakes. Now these are just, like, thoughts that I don't even know.
That's fair.
I think you should be able to celebrate Christmas as early as possible.
No.
No.
No, you have to wait until after Thanksgiving. People just act like Halloween, Christmas. No. Everybody, there is Thanksgiving. You have to celebrate Thanksgiving, and then you can celebrate Christmas. I don't care what anybody says. I will die on this hill. I will die on the hill.
Wait,
What?
But Thanksgiving is just one day. Christmas is a
I don't
season.
care. So is Christmas. No? Christmas is one day. What are you talking about?
But
No.
wow, you're really strong.
Winter is a season. Christmas is one day.
Well, not in my room.
Well, your room is your room, and if you want to forget about Thanksgiving, then go for it, but whatever.
Sometimes Thanksgiving is on, like, the 28th, and do I really want to wait till the 29th to, like, celebrate Christmas?
Yeah. No, you don't celebrate it, it's just decorating.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, there's so many things. It's the season, you do things, whatever. Anyway.
Ridiculous. I don't know if this is a hot take, but pineapple on pizza is delicious.
Oh my god, I had that one on. I had the same one. I wrote that down. But actually, I don't. Okay. I know a lot of people have their opinions on this, but here's what I think. I don't really eat that type of pizza. Like, when was the last time I had pineapple on pizza? I don't know when. However, I don't hate it, but I just don't eat it, if that makes sense. So,
yeah, that's
I don't
fair.
even know my opinion, really. But
would you be okay with pineapple being on pizza? Like, would you eat the pizza if there was pineapple on it?
yes, but light sauce.
Yes, of course, but you're fine. Then
Yes.
you're on this. Then you're on the good side.
Yes, I am. You know what? I always either do cheese or pepperoni. Oh my god, let us know in the comments what your favorite pizza is, toppings and everything.
I don't even know if I have a favorite pizza. I think, okay, I would have two. It would either be buffalo chicken or chicken broccoli Alfredo.
Oh, I probably wouldn't like that. But buffalo chicken, I've been in the mood for buffalo chicken. And especially buffalo chicken mac and cheese.
So good.
It's
So good.
good.
So good.
But, yeah. Next time I have to try the pineapple on pizza. I usually do cheese or pepperoni. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting hungry.
All right. I know, seriously. Okay. I feel like this one might be obvious, but I think that books are always better than the movies.
Oh, I heard that. Like, I have heard people talk about that.
Just because when you're reading a book, there is so much more explained because you can't see anything. So if you were to watch a movie, you might miss something. And like, because it might be like in the background of something. But if you're reading a book, you don't like skip a page. So you make sure that you would know all of the information and nothing's missed. And I just feel like it's explained better. Books are explained better than movies, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times they have to cut out some details because they don't have time to show it in the movie. I think I agree. It's just hard for me because I tend to, not on purpose, but I tend to watch the movie before the book, before I read the book. So
No, you do
but not on
not.
purpose. Yes, like for example, how
That's the wrong way.
I know. Like, it ends with us. I haven't read the book, but I have seen the movie.
Well, that doesn't mean you have to read the book, but like, for example, like there's a Wicked book, but that's Broadway, so I don't think. I think a Broadway movie is way better than reading a book because you would have music.
Yeah. So The Fucking Outsaws, that is like an old movie book. But I watched
I did
movie first.
I think I did too. Actually, I don't know. I might have read it in high school or middle school. Did you read it in middle school?
I think it was high school. I read it.
Okay.
Or maybe school.
I read the. Yeah, we read it in school. But I don't know. Because, I don't know. Whatever. Next!
Okay, I feel like this is literally not a hot take, but I'm just going to say it because whatever. Whatever. Probably, maybe some of you will agree. But watching YouTube videos is so much better than watching TV shows. I'm sorry. Yes, it's true.
I don't know. I go through these, like, cycles of wanting to watch TV or just listening to podcasts or watching YouTube, just listening to music. So it really depends, like, what kind of mood I'm in. But overall, I would agree that YouTube is better than TV.
You know why? I think that.
Why?
Because I just feel like you can connect with so many YouTubers. Mm-hmm. Like, you can find people that you can, like, unlike, I don't know, like TV shows, like, the actors and play characters. You can't necessarily relate to them, but, like, you can relate to the characters. But I feel like YouTubers, when you watch YouTube videos, you can find characters where you can relate to them, and you can be like, oh, I go through this too, and, you know, everything like that. And I feel like that's what got me into watching YouTube, because I saw myself in so many characters. I was like, OMG, I can relate to you. It was amazing. So I think that's why. And I don't know. I'm literally the worst at getting into TV shows. Literally the worst.
It's tough because, like, if you miss an episode or you miss a detail and you're, like, really confused about the rest of the season, or just, like, have literally no idea what's going on, and then you stop watching it, and it's not fun. So.
Yeah. For me, it's like getting even the first episode. Like, it took, you may not believe it, but it took everything in me to watch Friends. Like, this may be hard to believe because I love Friends and it's one of my favorite TV shows, but if it wasn't for my mom being like, oh, let me watch this with you, I wouldn't have got past probably the first episode. It took everything in me, and it was probably episode 8 or 9 where I was like, oh, I'm getting into this. It's starting to be funny, and now I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, how did I ever not like this from the beginning?
That's how I feel about The Office. The Office is my favorite. The first season is not great. You have to get through that. But it really explains, like, the characters and how weird and funky they are.
Yeah, I've been needing to watch The Office. I just don't know if I have, like, I don't know where it is, and I don't want to, like, buy it.
No, and you don't have to. Just because I like it doesn't mean that you have to watch it. We only have so much time, so you just want to spend your time doing things that you want to do. And that's how I feel about books, is, like, I don't want to continue reading a book that I'm not, like, enjoying or that I'm not vibing with. So I just don't read it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? On that note, I have another one related to YouTube. Watching YouTube videos is better than podcasts. Listening to podcasts.
I don't know, because a lot of the times I am not able to just sit down and focus on a YouTube video because I have to always be doing something. So I would rather, personally, listen to a podcast.
I can see that.
Yeah. And then I can, like, if I listen to a podcast, I can do something at the same time. But if I'm watching YouTube, it's hard for me to, like, remember what's going on in the video. You know?
Yeah. I'm kind of weird. Okay. I'm kind of weird. I don't tend to listen to podcasts. Like, I need to see the person.
Mm-mm.
It's really weird. Even with, like, I'm a visual learner. So even when I was in school, like, I needed to see someone explain it. If I was just listening, it wouldn't go into my brain. And I feel like that's the same way when I watch YouTube, or, like, if I want to listen to a podcast versus watch one on, like, YouTube. I don't know, I'd rather see them talking. I'm so weird. But I can see why a lot of people listen to it. You get more stuff done.
Yeah. Well, I like to listen to the, like, true crime ones when I'm doing chores around the house.
Yeah,
But
you're more productive.
I am a lot more productive.
I have to, like, maybe I need to get more into it because, like, obviously, like, you can do so much if you're just listening. But I think I prefer, if I'm doing stuff, I prefer listening to music than a podcast or audiobook or whatever. I think that's the point.
That's fair. That's understandable. This is kind of a cheap one, but dogs are better than cats.
Oh my god, yep, that's a good one. Okay, I have my pros and cons because you may know I've had some trauma with dogs, but obviously I've overcome them. Well, to a certain extent. There's some triggers for me, but I used to have cats growing up, and I don't know, it's a tough one for me, just because I do love dogs now, but I'm so triggered by some things, and then I haven't been around cats or I haven't had a cat for a long time, but I can see pros and cons. Like, I can see why people prefer one over another. Oh my god, you want to know a fun fact?
I would love to.
Joe Burrow prefers cats.
Oh my god, here we go!
let me say, I do prefer smaller dogs, just based off of what I went through as a kid.
Yeah.
But, yeah. That's a tough one.
So, it is. And speaking of Joe Burrow, the day after I left your house to do the announcement video, on my Instagram Reels was Joe Burrow. And I think that my phone was listening to you ranting about Joe Burrow and was like, oh, you like Joe Burrow too. Here you go.
Oh my god, you sent me a video and I couldn't stop laughing.
Like, I literally sent it to you, and I was like, why is this on my feed? This should be on yours, so here you go.
I did see that video. Oh my, that's funny.
I don't get it. I don't know. I think that your phone's listening to you, so that's a hot take.
Yeah.
I think that your phone's listening to you, and if I was talking about donuts a minute ago, I bet you my phone might show me a local bakery. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised about that. That's crazy. Yeah.
I have another hot take that I just remembered.
Oh wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Based on the cats and dogs. Wait, have you ever had a cat?
When I was little, when I was younger living at my mom's house, we had cats. They just they scratch a lot, and I don't like to be scratched. I don't like having the litter box inside. I don't want to have to deal with that. The only thing that I do like about cats is they cuddle, but they only cuddle when they want to. So.
Well, this is not a hot take. Well, wait. I'm always. Oh, okay. I think I have a couple more. One, winter is better than summer, but.
No. Just no.
I thought you didn't have a favorite season.
But winter is my least favorite because I am cold all of the time. I would say probably like spring or fall. Because summer is a little too warm. There's too many bugs in fall. But spring. Oh, I would say spring. Final answer. Are there more bugs in spring?
Yeah. I feel like late spring and summer. Maybe June. Or maybe, I remember, like when I was in school, at the end of the school year, waiting for the bus, there was so many mosquitoes, and that was like end of May, June-ish. So, maybe end of spring.
I don't know.
Beginning of summer.
Yeah.
I don't know, it depends. But the only thing about spring, I mean, it's my birthday. My birthday's in spring, but the only thing about spring is kind of unpredictable. Like, it could be like super warm, or it could be like so cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you never
that's
know.
Fair. True.
But honestly, I probably like fall the best. It depends, but do you have another hot take?
I think I have one more.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Cupcakes are better than cake.
Oh my god! I can't wait to have your cupcakes. I can. Why?
Because when you cut a cake, the icing gets all on the knife, and that's a waste of icing. So if you just put the icing on the cupcakes, you don't have to cut it, and it's just already portioned out for you. You can have 1, 2, 3, 7. That's why.
I like that. I like that reasoning. I guess it's just normal, like when you're having a birthday or you're celebrating, you have a cake rather than cupcakes. So I haven't really thought of that. But I think both are really good. I don't know if I can pick one.
This is true. But overall, I would rather have ice cream than cake in general.
Oh, ice cream is better than cake.
Yeah.
Okay, do you realize... Okay, this is off another tangent, but some ice cream, like, you will think is ice cream, but it is actually called frozen dessert, or, like, dairy frozen dessert, something like that.
So is it like a frozen yogurt?
No, it's not even yogurt, because I know there's frozen yogurt, which I love as well, but, it's literally, like, frozen dairy dessert. Technically not ice cream, and also not frozen yogurt. And
interesting.
I know. And it actually is really good. It's just like, it's more calories, I think, and not as good for you. So, my last hot take that I have is the weekend should be 3 days. A 3-day weekend, only work 4 days.
Yes,
in the week.
I agree. I would love to work 4 10-hour shifts and be done. I agree.
Yeah. I don't know who came up with this stupid... It doesn't add up. It's not fair. It's not equal. But that's why... I don't know. I guess when you're working for yourself, not like I work for myself. Well, actually, treatment... I don't know, it's complicated. Anyway, I guess it's kind of working for myself. Like, you can make your own hours, but I sort of think it should be 4 days working, 3-day weekend. That is better.
I agree. And I think that nobody should ever have to work the weekend. Ever. Even people at restaurants. So, if you want fast food on the weekend, that sucks for you. You can't get it. I don't know. I just feel like everybody should have the weekend off. But I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, because what if, like, you're, like, a doctor or nurse, so, like, you know, at the hospital. Like, we need people working there because something could happen.
True.
You would be screwed. Oh, sorry. We get the weekend off. Too bad this happened on the weekend. Could you go away a day or two?
Your leg was amputated? Sorry, you have to wait till Monday when we're in the office.
Yeah,
Sorry, you went
that's
cliff
the first
diving
thing
and
I
you have a
thought.
concussion? No, sorry. That's
Should
fair.
we
I,
keep
I
this
didn't even
in?
think about that. I mean, hey, I guess that's a good thing. I don't always think about the negatives in emergencies. Who
Yeah, that's
knows?
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that is all I have for hot takes. I'm sure there's plenty of more hot takes. Let us know your hot takes in the comments. That'll be fun. I hope you enjoy listening or watching this podcast wherever you are. I hope you enjoy hearing our hot takes. Maybe you agree, maybe you didn't, but let us know. Comment your hot takes. We would love to know your hot takes and, see if we agree. But also give this video a thumbs up, like this podcast, wherever you are, do all the things. Follow us on Spotify, follow us on Instagram. I hope you have an amazing day, and we'll see you in our next episode. Bye.